I legitimately think if the Cardinals had worked out a trade for Sean Murphy, that they then would have signed Dansby Swanson, and then you might have either moved Tommy Edman to second, or like some of those middle infielders would have presumably been in the Murphy trade, and it may have worked out for the better. But like other than that, which you couldn't do because they didn't want to trade Lars Nootbaar and some of the other guys, I don't know what big move they were to make unless they were just going to drop a bundle of cash on like a Correa or one of those types of big name bats in the offseason. The trade market was kind of lean. Like I asked Mo about it in January at the winter warmup, and he didn't seem to think that outside of that catcher situation, there was really a lot to go on in terms of trades. So I just don't know what bat they were going to add realistically if they weren't going to spend big on one of those big time shortstops.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it kind of hamstrung them a little bit when they did.
They couldn't make a trade. Yeah. They couldn't make one, dude.
Yeah.
It hurt.
I mean, they reported that they had a rough asking price to try and get Sean Murphy in the building. And look, if that was the price for sure, then I don't know if I would have done it at the time either. But man, the way Sean Murphy's playing at the moment,
and he's a Gold Glover.
It's again, hindsight's 2020. I get it. I would not have made the move, but
and I love Willson Contreras. I think he's a great guy. I think he's going to be a very good player ultimately. How many wins do you think the Cardinals have right now if they had traded for Murphy and signed Dansby Swanson? Let's say they trade like a Gorman. Lost?
It would have been Nootbaar, Donovan.
Yeah,
were the main guys.
And Graceffo, who's a pitching prospect.
Yeah.
That's what. So here's the deal. That's what Oakland wanted. My thing is, call a bluff if you're John Mozeliak. Remember when Cardinals wanted Christian Yelich and Miami said, "Oh, we're not trading him." And then guess what they did after the Cardinals acquired Ozuna? They traded Christian Yelich to the Cardinals' rival. John Mozeliak hasn't been able to call a bluff. And so if he calls Oakland's bluff and just waits it out, yeah, maybe Contreras gets tired of waiting and he signs somewhere else. But maybe you get Sean Murphy on a cheaper price. But let's assume for the sake of argument, because this would have been painful if you traded Nootbaar and Donovan, who are two really good players, to go with Graceffo. But let's say that's what the trade was. Are the Cardinals better right now than what they did in signing Contreras?
No, I don't think so.
I think they've got more wins.
The pitchers are still the same. Like
Gold Glove catcher, though.
If the pitchers are still the same.
But Dansby Swanson, I'm saying they would have signed him too, and so
so you're signing Dansby Swanson also.
Yep, I'm giving you the choice. I'm giving you that choice.
Man, it's still hard to overcome though. If everything stayed constant with the pitching staff,
that's fair. But what if Sean Murphy brings more out of him? Is what I'm saying. Which is not fair to criticize Contreras because we've agreed that that's bogus. It's not his fault, but it's a fun thought experiment.
I still don't think I don't think any catcher was helping Steven Matz at any point this year.
Fair.
I don't think any pitcher was the way that Miles Mikolas has pitched has been pretty inconsistent. Those two guys with the games that they have covered, that's contributed quite a bit to where the Cardinals are at the moment.